Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. Before we get started, of course, I have to use this opportunity to thank you guys again so much for all the continued love and support of the show. I truly appreciate you guys, and with over 100 episodes in the can, and the show still going strong, I just truly can't even express the amount of gratitude that I feel daily to you guys. So thank you all again so much. Of course, to Rogue Media Network with Mike and Allison, who sit there and edit all my episodes. I think they got some students editing now too, so a big shout out to them, and Corey Dickman's fine. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for The Public Affair. Truly appreciate you. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera. He provides custom home designs and renovations, darling. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. Joe and his entire team of men, delicious men, are building affordable dream homes for you. Make sure you call the number on the screen with my boy Joe Olvera and get a consultation. Thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. Of course, the BNJ Refinishing with my boy Frank Biza, who focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. He offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. He'll also rent you an inflatable, a mechanical bull, margarita machine, table, chairs, a foam machine, and so much more, making all your parties super lady kitty. To my boy Frank Biza, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the David Santavanez with Alinea Real Estate, I should say the #1 sales agent at Alinea Real Estate. He'll help you buy a home or sell your property. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea, or call the number on the screen, darling. For all your real estate needs, my boy David is out there kicking A and taking names. I love seeing all his success. Thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of of the episodes of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pee-wee's Crab Cakes of Texas with my girl Anika Armstrong, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. It's really hard to say what my favorite is now. I mean, I love the crabby seafood pasta, but every time I go there, it's a different experience, and all the food is absolutely amazing. Their top recommended is the Southern Fried Catfish Special, served with seafood, pasta, potato salad, and 6 fried shrimp, and the fish is topped with Houdat sauce. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is because you got to head over to 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt or order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesonthego.com. My girl Anika Armstrong, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Ooh, and of course to Waco Fencing and stuff with my boy Juan Morales. Now, Juan builds privacy fences and chain link fences, perfect for all that extra at-home privacy. He also builds wood decks, stone patios, and gorgeous flower beds, darling. Make sure you contact him with the number on the screen for your consultation. And my boy Juan Morales, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you, bro. All right, guys, so like I said, I've been really excited to have this next guest on the show. As it turns out, I actually invited him on quite a few months ago and completely forgot it until somebody kind of reminded me. And then more than one person actually told me this would actually be a really good guest to have onto The Public Affair. And it's been quite a while since I've had a barber on the show, so I said, why not? And I'm really excited to welcome and introduce Mr. Carlos Canales for coming on to The Public Affair. Finally, you're here. How you doing?
You. I'm doing good.
Yes. Can you believe? Of course. First of all, I'm really happy that you didn't cancel. I was really scared that you were going to cancel.
I don't do cancellations.
Okay. Well, because you're a barber, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that get on your nerves?
Oh my God.
Can I just say?
I know how that works.
Yeah. Can I just say, for full disclosure, I had a different kind of appointment right before this recording. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm trying to keep it, whatever. But they canceled on me, so I'm a little agitated right now. Okay, because it's hard enough to already fit that in the schedule because I'm very busy, and so they were like, "Oh, I'm hungover." Okay, well,
What?
yeah. So congratulations to being married because you never have to ask for it, except me. Okay, but no, you know what, Carlos? As it turns out, okay, so one of our good friends, or I guess he's one of your best friends, Joe. He's also my trainer.
Joe.
Yeah, and so he had told me that he gets his haircuts by you, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, my friend watches your show, and he said that you had invited him on." Well, you know, everybody says that I've invited them on, right?
Yeah.
And so when he told me that it was you, I looked it up on my messenger, and I was like, "Oh my God, I messaged him in November and never messaged him back. I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm trying to think. Like, what's in November?
It was in November because
Yeah.
I looked at the messages, and I remember at the time you said it wasn't really your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what I told you, and then I was just a little shy. Like, I just felt bad, you know, because I got a YouTube channel. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna tell this guy that I'm shy.
Okay, yeah.
And before, like, I just want to give you props because you guys, all those promos that he just did that live.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I always thought that was like pre-recorded.
No, sir.
He
They
just
get fresh
did that
recordings.
on the fly. Just turned
That's
his
it.
radio voice on like a switch.
Yes.
Like, whoa.
Thank you for letting them acknowledge that because I need
Yeah,
people to
no,
believe
that-
that when I do my sponsorship, it's all fresh, darling.
Yeah, and it's not that easy, guys. I
It's
know
not.
you've probably done it a couple times, but still, like,
Well, I've done it for quite a few, over 100 times.
yeah, you do it live every single time.
I do it live every single time. There might have been, I will say, there might have been a few in the past that we kind of had to, you know, squeeze in there from a pre-recorded track. But as of right now, one of the things that I promise my sponsors is that they're going to get fresh recordings every time because I want every ad to sound different and exciting. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wasn't buying that stuff that you were shy because I watched your YouTube channel, which we're going to get into in a minute. And you have a really good like speaking voice. Like you have a really good extensive vocabulary that I really appreciate. I was like, don't tell me that. He's not shy. All right? Yeah. So I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, the youth man. I think YouTube's been. I got used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just a different format. I was telling you before we started. Like it's just I'm used to like my YouTube channel. Like I can just talk and talk and talk. And if I don't like something, if I mess up, I just like edit it out.
Yeah.
So this feels a little weird.
Oh, okay.
Like, whoa, like,
So he's not in control.
I'm not in control. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. So it's
Well, I'll
like-
tell you what, we're in good hands because Allison takes it. She already knows how I like my stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? Yeah. We are in good. I will say that's one of the things that I envy about you as a YouTuber, like us being in the same field in that aspect, is that you do know how to shoot and edit your own videos.
Yeah.
Like,
It's kind of old though, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, like sometimes I wish that I had that quality to, you know, be able to do that. You know what I mean? And that skill because they edit all my episodes. Now I can edit audio all day because I used to produce commercials at the radio station, but video, not my strong suit. Okay. We also have to point out too, you are the cousin of Cutis, who's been on this show a couple times. We love Cutis. Yeah, he's
That's my
crazy.
cousin, man.
How are you not crazy like that? That doesn't make no sense.
I don't know, man. He's always had that personality, and it's, like it suits him well. Like, and it works well for what he does too. Like,
For sure.
For whenever he was at the radio, it was just like it was natural to him. And
Yeah.
now that he sells cars, I told him like, man, that's perfect.
That's
bro, 'cause you can
perfect,
just
yeah.
Talk to all these people into buying a car, and they're just like,
Yes.
he's so convincing.
He was actually on the last episode, and I just don't want anybody from your church to watch that episode.
Yeah, nah, man.
No, I'm kidding. No, I know y'all are not judgmental. And then you said the
Yeah.
church was in South Waco. You know, they love my show.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Kutis, I don't think Kutis goes to our. He doesn't go to our church. So.
No, okay. No, but you know, I'm saying South Waco is a community because I just went to Ali's Drive-In the other day.
Yeah.
And all the little town was there, and I walked out. I felt like I was in like a Hollywood like red carpet. They all were just like, "Oh my God, it's you! We
Andrew
love
G.
your
Oh
show!"
my God.
Yes, and I was like, "It's just me." You know what I mean? I just came for Maria
give out any
cookies, and that's
autographs?
it.
Like,
I didn't give out any autographs. I did take a few pictures. I don't know
Yeah.
where the pictures are right now. I hope they're not surfaced online without my approval
shared
first.
it. Somebody's getting likes off you.
Well,
man.
what's up? Okay, you can get anything off of me. Listen, I'm one of those. All right. But you know what, Carlos, first of all, I'm really grateful. I know that you've had reservations about coming on the show. Like most of the men that come on this show, I've had reservations, but I'm really cool. Okay. I really am nice.
I can see that.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna
When-
take it easy.
But when you called me like a couple days ago, like when I hung up, I was like, man, this dude's really easy to talk to.
That's it, right?
Like it's just so.
Please let them
smooth.
know.
Like, everything just comes out. Like
That's
okay,
it.
yeah.
Listen,
like,
I
it seems so genuine.
Look, you know what? I'm just gonna maybe this doesn't pertain to you, but a lot of guys are very standoffish with me at first because I'm gay, and so they automatically think I'm gonna sleep with them. And I'm like, if I accepted your Facebook friend request, just for full disclosure, and I didn't slide in your DMs 5 minutes later, I don't want to sleep with you. I'm that person. Okay.
Well, I think if you're comfortable in your own sexuality, like it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't.
Like whatever he got going on, like it's just
me.
That's cool. Like,
We keep it between us. That's
yeah,
all.
like,
Yes.
if you're comfortable in yourself, it should
Yes.
be no issue.
And I will say too, Carlos, your wife is really hot. I did see because we're friends
I
on
love my
Facebook too.
wife.
Oh, she's so hot. And then sometimes I just know when to take that and don't stand a chance. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we're not even gonna try on this one. So move on. Okay. And then where's she from?
She's from Waco.
Like north or south?
North Waco.
Oh yeah, they fight. So see, I'm not even doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I might be related to her. Last name is Gomez.
Oh really?
Yeah, well, it was Gomez.
Oh, it was Gomez. Oh, because I'm Gomez too.
Yeah,
That's the
she's
G.
Gomez.
All right, bet. Well, what's up? Shout out Gomez. Okay. So anyway, Carlos, can you please, for anybody who may not know who you are, can you kind of introduce yourself, talk to us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and all that, or life growing up, if you will?
Yeah. My name is Carlos Canales. I'm from Waco. I've been a barber for about 16 years. 16 years. I've been licensed for about 9 years.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how old are you?
Yeah. I'm 29. I'm 29.
I'm older than you.
Yeah. I started cutting hair when I was like 14.
Okay.
So I've been cutting hair for a long time. I've been licensed since like 2013.
Oh, okay.
So
Got you.
About 9 years.
Yeah.
And I have a YouTube channel. I play the drums in my local church. I think I caught Andrew off guard by that one. I don't know if you knew that. Because he has his little notes. I don't know if he put on there that
I had my little notes. I didn't know that you played the drums at church, so that's really cute. You know, I've had a lot of church people. I had a pastor on this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm just really happy that people like you who are very heavily involved in church could just let me be myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's important. It's
yeah,
just,
for sure.
I always, because, I have a lot of gay clients too.
Do you?
That I cut, and I always make sure I let them know, like, whatever my belief is, whatever, it has nothing to do with, like, how I'm going to treat you as a person.
For sure.
Like, it's going to be all love. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're just all people.
You know
can't
what?
Treat people different.
And you're so right. I'm so happy that you bring that up because I don't seek acceptance from anybody. I just want people to like me for me. Like you don't have to accept that. Now, my best friend in the whole world is a straight man. I've said this before. And from where he's from, half of the people in his town think I'm like a witch. And that I'm doing brujeria, right? Like I'm just evil. And then half of the people were like, oh, wait, this is different. He's kind of fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. Excuse me, I shouldn't say half. I would definitely say 80% of the town thinks I'm a witch.
So more than half. Yes. 80%.
Well, and then I slept with that 1% in the town. And then the other, 29%, whatever the case. I'm doing my math.
Numbers over there?
They think I'm really cool. Okay, basically, if you're not his immediate family member from that town, you don't think I'm cool. So that's how that goes.
I can never understand it, man.
Can I just ask you, just for like personal knowledge, because it's so interesting to me that you say you have a lot of gay clients. Yeah. Did you ever have an issue with, like, was it weird for you at first, kind of interacting with that type of person, especially being a heterosexual man?
For me, it was more like, it wasn't weird for me, but I always wanted to make sure that they knew that, like, I guess you can say it's a safe space. Like, you're cool to be yourself. Wow. Like in my chair, like there's no judgment. Like whatever you got going on, like that's cool. Like I got some of my clients, they talk to me about their boyfriend.
Really?
And I just listen to it like it's one of my clients talking about his girlfriend. Like I just interact like, hey, where are you getting your boyfriend for? Valentine's Day? Like we just have conversations.
And they'd be like,
it's just regular people,
are they really femme though? Like, or are they just like kind of like me? Like,
no, like there's. I didn't know there was like different.
Oh, there's levels to this.
Yeah.
All right. Because some of them probably come with the tea, Carlos. They're probably like, ooh, girl, let me tell you something.
Well, like, of course, like when they start talking, that's usually always like a dead giveaway. Yeah. But a lot of them, like they don't really, I guess they don't dress like that.
Okay, I got you.
They just look like a regular guy.
Yeah.
But
no, and those
once they start talking, like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, okay. So can you give them some of my number if they just look like regular guys? Maybe they're single.
Excuse me. They're all taken.
Oh, they're all taken?
Yeah, from what I know.
Oh, God. Well, Carlos, please. That doesn't mean anything anymore in 2022.
Okay. That ain't none of my business.
Yeah, because I will say the person that canceled on me. Anyway. So, no, okay. Well, that's pretty cool that you interact. Like, my barber's a straight man, too. Shout out to Sid. And can I just say, too, what I love about you barbers, that I would definitely say the ones that I've interviewed on this show, y'all really, like, support each other and, like, don't know each other all the way. And so I remember Sid telling me, too, when he was cutting my hair, he's like, hey, that guy is really... Like, you should get him on your show because that would be a good one.
I've never met Sid, but I can just tell he's a good guy.
Oh, he's so awesome.
But it's just, like, I just look at all barbers like that. Like, I mean, of course, there's some barbers that are just not with it. You know what I mean? But for the majority, like, I know for me, like, I don't look at any barber as, like, oh, that's my competition.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's none of that. I look at it as, like, as a community. Like, okay, we're all barbers. Like, we're all... Like, it's up to us to make all these people in Waco look good.
Look cute, yeah.
As a group, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like if I'm busy and if I don't have time to get somebody in, I'm always going to be looking for another barber.
For sure.
To recommend my client to, like, hey, I can't get you, but
oh, wow, really?
this guy over here can get you. He's really good.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's never that serious to be like, no, you're going to be cheating on me with another barber.
Okay, for sure.
Like, it's just we're all cool, man.
Yeah. No, and I definitely want to bring up the competition aspect about it later because I have a lot of questions. Everybody's had a different opinion. Yeah. But, and I will say for the gay clientele thing, like Sid has always like really let me be myself, because at his barbershop at Elite, they would have free beer. And so now I'm not allowed to drink while I'm getting my hair cut because I let too much of that tea out. So, and then I start sweating and
cut off like, oh no, he's
like, okay, you can't drink no more, because you'd be like talking about who owes you money, whose man slept with you. And it's like, that's it. You know? And then he's running a very family friendly, establishment. I don't want to disrespect him.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks like a nice shop.
Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. So we just don't drink. Is it hard to cut somebody's hair that's super sweaty? Is that like a thing? Is it really? I wonder why.
That's why the hair gets stuck.
Okay. Like if it's wet.
Yeah. Like if it's, well, if you're sweating, like as soon as the hair touches you, like I can't just dust it off.
Okay. Gotcha.
You're going to get itchier. So it's just, it's just all downhill after that.
When I was a teenager, I used to walk to Great Clips. Well, excuse me, I was a teenager.
It's okay.
Yes, okay, that's it. I know we don't do that no more. But shout out to Great Clips before they sue me. But there used to be a barber, and I don't think he works anymore. I think he works at a shop. His name was Dwayne. I don't know if you know him. He's a gay guy, but he worked at Great Clips when I was a teenager. I don't know where he works now, but he's an African American guy, and he was gay too, I believe. And I would go walk to Great Clips from my apartment, and I would be so sweaty by the time I get there. He goes, "Now you need to sit there and wait."
Yeah, like I'll get the fan and I'll just like blow him off a little bit, like let the air hit him a little bit. Yeah, that's crazy. Great Clips doesn't really have too many barbers from what I know.
Yeah,
there's a difference. Like I don't know if you noticed, there's never a barber pole outside of Great Clips or Sports Clips. They're not allowed to have barber poles.
Well, and I have to say too, when I was a teenager, I don't remember there being a lot of barber shops in town, because we're relatively the same age. So when I was 15, 16 years old, I don't remember there being tons of barber shops in Hewitt. You know what I mean? And that's where I've lived since I was a teenager. Yeah. So I'm not from here. I'm from New York. Let's get that shit.
Barbershop. Yeah.
Oh, they had the Rock, but I didn't know about it. I was very, and I didn't have Facebook either. So
yeah, it was hard to find a good.
It was hard.
Yeah, there's so many barbershops now.
Yeah,
man, that's crazy.
It's
good,
so
though. That's great
that it's growing for sure.
3 barber schools now.
Oh, is there really? I didn't know that.
3
Okay.
barber schools. So I mean, there's so many more barbers just coming out. It's only gonna get. There's only going to be more options now. That's the way I see it. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. So, Carlos, can you talk to us a little bit about your life growing up and stuff? So you're from Waco. Is it South Waco, North Waco? Or just Waco?
Just Waco. We moved around a lot. So I can't really, I spent the majority of my childhood in different, in North Waco and in South Waco. So
okay. Got you.
I can never, just even my high school, freshman, sophomore, I was at Waco High.
Yeah.
Junior, senior, I was at university.
Oh, great. So everybody should watch this episode because everybody knows you.
But it ended up benefiting me because, I met a lot of people.
Right.
So now my clientele just,
your
grew. It wasn't just this set of people or that set of people.
Great.
It was just a bunch of people from everywhere.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And you were cutting since you were a teenager, you said, right? Yeah, okay.
So I was, so I was about maybe 12.
Okay.
13 the first time. Actually, my first client was Kutis.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if he told you that.
He might have. We were really drunk on the last episode. Okay. We were turning up on that one. Yeah.
I messed his hair up. But it's his fault. He went into somebody's house, our house, and let me cut his hair in the restroom. So what do you expect? You know what I mean?
For sure.
But he got it was a 6 and a 3 on the sides.
Oh wow!
And that's what he asked for.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking. I had the number 3 guard on there, and I just ran it across the top, and I was like,
oh,
bro.
but you were still new.
Yeah.
I got you.
He was my first first.
You were green.
Other than my stepdad, he was the first person.
Okay.
That came to the house to get a haircut.
Gotcha.
And but I mean he stuck with me.
Yeah.
He came back 2-3 weeks later and just got the real haircut, the actual right haircut. But yeah, so I was about 12, 13 when I started cutting his hair. It really started from my mom used to cut my stepdad's hair.
Oh, okay.
And so we had a set of clippers in the restroom. And I was 12, 13 and I was I was finna get in the shower and you know before you get in the shower, you kind of look in the mirror and make sure and I was like, man, my
not me. I know I look fresh, so that's it.
Well, I was 12. I was a teenager.
I get into the showers like the movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, so I was 12.
Okay.
And I'm looking in the mirror. I was like, man, my edge up was like this.
Really?
I was I need to do something.
Oh, you had the V.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was bad. And I was we got the clippers right there. So
yeah, for sure.
It started off with just innocent little tap here.
Yeah.
Next you know, I'm cutting my whole hair.
Oh wow,
and
really?
I'm 12 years old and I'm messing it up. And it bothered me because I was how come I didn't get it right?
I wonder what your parents' reaction was to that.
Oh, my mom didn't care.
Oh, she didn't care.
Yeah,
okay.
my mom's real nice, but she lets us do whatever we want.
Oh, really?
Not in a bad way. She's just real hey, you messed your
She
hair
sounds
up.
accepting. We should be friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's real.
Yeah.
She's a real nice church lady, but
okay.
Not not like she's accepting of everybody.
Oh, for sure.
She's not that type of church.
Oh, so she's gonna watch this and be really proud of you.
Yeah, she's
and not say that man has a disgusting mouth.
The thing about my mom, man, I always tell people like I always respected my mom a lot growing up, and I think part of that was because I always saw her around us.
Oh, okay.
How she acted, and then how she acted around other people.
Oh, for sure.
There was no difference. Like she's the same person.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Super nice. When all my friends over, and as soon as they leave, she's still the same person.
Wow, really?
And it's like there's no fakeness to her. So like that made me respect her a lot.
Shout out to your mom.
But yeah, she's real nice. Yeah. So anyways, I messed my hair up.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just kept trying. I was like, man, I'm gonna just keep doing it till I get it right.
Okay, got it. But when at that age, you probably weren't like, I would just want to be a barber. It's just like something that you were trying to do yourself.
You'd be surprised how long it took me to realize.
Oh, really?
I was fresh out of high school. Cutting hair. I had like 15, 16 guys. A lot of people that you've had on here, I've cut.
You cut their hair?
Before,
okay, yeah. You did Dominic Villa's episode out now, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And
Dominic was in high school. He came to my house a couple of times too.
Yeah.
Man, I had like 15, 16 people just in the room, probably about this size.
Yeah.
Just hot. The only time it was cold is when you were getting a haircut because it was right in front of the AC. And man, I'm making like $600, $700 a week.
Oh, wow.
I was like 18 years old.
As a novice. Okay.
As a novice, just at the house cutting hair. And I'm making this much money and I'm just like, man, what do I want to go to college for?
What were we doing?
Well,
okay, like we should have been barbers. Dang, I wouldn't have a financial worry in the world.
There's a lot of people that ask me how many haircuts I do, and then they ask me how much I charge, and then they start doing the little math in their head, and they kind of get mad, like, well.
oh yeah, I want to talk about prices later, right? That's some of the news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, I was already a barber, but I was still like trying to figure out what I wanted to go to college for.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, should I go for like computer programming or something? Because I always like computers.
Yeah,
like
for sure. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like trying to figure it out. Like, man, I'm gonna take a year to figure out what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And then one day it just finally hit me. I was like, man, I'm a barber. Like, what am I doing?
Right.
Like, why am I fighting it?
Like, I cut hair.
Yeah, like it's a great career
for sure.
And then one of the other barbers here in Waco, I don't know if you know who he is, Oscar Diaz.
Mm-hmm. Do I know Oscar Diaz? If I do, shout out to you, Oscar.
He works at King's.
Oh, okay. I love King. Shout out to Christian. Shout out Misa. He was on the show.
Yeah, Oscar's on there.
Okay.
So I don't know if I was cutting his hair or he was cutting my hair because we was just like cut each other's hair every now and then.
For sure.
He told me, he's like, hey, bro, I finally signed up for barber school. I was like, for real? I'm like, how was it, bro? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, it was cool, blah, 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 blah. You do this. And then he gave me the number. And at the time, we didn't have no barber school in Waco.
Okay, got you.
So I had to drive to Killeen like every single day. It was an hour there and an hour back.
Yeesh.
And but
with traffic on 190.
Yeah, but I mean, thanks to Oscar, like he's the one that kind of like I knew about the school, but I just needed to see somebody else do it.
Okay.
And so he was around my age, and I seen him go, and I was like, man, I need to sign up too. So I signed up. Like a little after he signed up, he started 3 months before me because there was like a wait list.
Oh, got you.
And man, and then I went to barber school, and I was going to barber school every Tuesday through Saturday. From 8 to 4.
Okay.
So it was like 8 hours.
I'm sure it was a lot of. Well, you were a teenager at the time. You were about 18 or 19.
Because there was other barbers from Waco.
Right.
Eric over there at Waco Fades, and then Eduardo over there at Gentleman's Barbershop.
Okay.
We were all going to school at the same time, so we carpooled a lot, and that helped out a lot with gas. And
yeah.
But
Gentleman's Barbershop, does he own that one?
No, I think Aaron owns Gentleman's Barbershop.
Okay, is that the one right off the highway?
Yeah, by the Delta Inn.
Can I just give them a shout out because nobody will know? And I got this wrong. Oh, Kenneth, please forgive me. That's where I did my photo shoot for my most recent photo cover.
For real?
Yeah, I pulled up to the barbershop and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right?
Yeah, Gentleman's is in that shopping center across.
Okay, yes, where the car wash is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Who took your photos?
Kenneth Coleman.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
know who he is.
yeah, he did my photos, and when we pulled up to the barbershop, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, Kenneth, you're kidding me, right? But it worked out because you guys couldn't tell. So how about that? Yeah. And shout out to Aaron for letting us use it. It was like a Sunday.
It's a nice.
It was a very nice shop for sure.
Aaron was actually at He was at I'm not gonna give you all.
No, okay, that's
fine. But he was at
the biography of every barber.
Yeah, he was at JC's in Belmead.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I mean, good for him, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm always like happy when I see other barbers like finally open up their shop. It's like, man, that's nice. I like to see.
Yeah,
it.
that was a little background for you guys. I was very skeptical about it at first. I was like, you got to be kidding me, but we made it work. And shout out to Kenneth. Yeah. You know what? I definitely we're gonna get more into your barber career, of course, and about who you are. I want to get into your YouTube channel, but we're gonna take a quick little break. All right, and when we get back, we're gonna learn more about Carlos Canales' career, becoming a barber, maybe some of the struggles that he dealt with, and more. So make sure you guys stay tuned here on The Public Affair. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this really, really great episode with my special guest, Carlos Canales. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by JR Renovations with Juliana Resendez. She's a general contractor specializing in commercial businesses and residential homes. She's a true queen, leveling the playing field in a male-dominated industry. You can follow her on Facebook and Instagram at JR Renovations and call the number on the screen for your consultation. My girl, Juliana Resendez. You want to talk about somebody who gives back to the community? That is her, darling. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Banda's hauling service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up, they haul it away. They also do junk removal and tree brush removal and haul cars in and out of town. Like I said, my car broke down. I said, Julian, can you come tow my car? He said, where's it at and what time? I loved it. Talk about punctual, talk about on time. Julian is the go. Book now with the number on the screen to Banda's hauling service. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Ooh, of course, to one of my new sponsors, Ali's Drive-In with Alexis and Diana Rivas. They're a convenience store located where the old Kobe's is in South Waco, 2105 Dutton Avenue. Stop by for delicious snacks or a cold drink. If you need beer for a party or just yourself, they have a huge freezer stocked with a wide selection of ice cold beer. Order from the kitchen too, with a delicious selection of food to satisfy your appetite to go with that cold beer. Stop by this monumental and convenient spot in South Waco today at 2105 Dutton Avenue, Ali's Drive-In. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Embrace Fitness with Lisette Luna and Amanda Switzer. They teach group fitness classes that are fun and dynamic, darling. They also specialize in total body workout by Excola and by Jackie, and Zumba step classes are Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. You can also contact them to rent the building for parties and small events. Those girls don't stop, and they're gonna get you looking snatched this summer, all right? So make sure you guys hit up Embrace Fitness. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Ooh, of course, the Taquiza Palacios, Buenísimo and Lupe Palacios. They provide delicious and affordable tacos for any event. Their meat choices include carne asada, pollo, chorizo, pastor, y barbacoa. Oh, and you can't forget the aguas frescas. They have flavors including limonada, horchata, oh, I'm thirsty, piña, melon, jamaica, y tamarindo. They also provide all the plasticware, so you don't gotta go, no napkins, no plates, no nothing, because they got it for you. Book now with the number on the screen. They're delicious and affordable. Taquiza Palacios, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to Eric Carrillo at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep, one of the hottest salesmen out right now. Hit him up for your next new or pre-owned vehicle. He even offers a $200 same-day referral bonus. If they buy from you when you send them, you get $200. Like if you send 5 people a month, that's like $1,000. That's more than any of us have right now. Eric also helps people with just an ITN and even has first-time buyer program. Hit him up to find out all about it. And no credit, no problem. He's got you as well. Contact him now with the number on the screen and get your new ride today, darling. To Eric Carrillo, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. We're going to get right back into it with my boy Carlos Canales, who's on The Public Affair today. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of The Public Affair. Before we left, we were just getting to know more about Carlos Canales and his journey to become a barber. Okay, so I wonder, you said that it was kind of a, you guys were carpooling between back and forth and Colleen and everything. How much of a sacrifice was it for you? I mean, was it hard because you were still young at the time, or like, what was that experience like for you?
I'm glad I went when I went because I didn't have a family.
Okay.
Well, like I'm talking about like a wife and kids.
Yeah.
So I can see how it can be really tough now. But at the times, like shout out to my parents, man. Like I guess I kind of took it for granted back in the day, but I didn't realize, like, man, they were paying the bills.
Okay.
Like I was just at their house, just
right, for
hair,
sure.
And I didn't have to worry about anything just by going to school and paying for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I paid for barber school, cutting hair.
Right. Well, and like a lot of barbers wait so long to go to school, right? Like I knew a barber who was cutting for a long time, and then he waited, I think, almost 10 years. He said, I wonder why that would be for people. I mean, is it just like really expensive, or?
I mean, it could be that, and sometimes it'll just throw you off track. Like if you're already too busy, you don't have time to go sit in a barber school for 8 hours. But I always recommend, people getting their license.
Getting licensed.
It's just you just have the ceilings are much higher when you have your license.
Okay.
Like if you don't have a license, like that's cool. There's only so much you can make at home.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even if you work at a shop, isn't getting caught like winning the lottery, like you might as well just kind of risk it. I mean kind of technically,
rare. It's rare that people get caught. At cutting without a license. There has to be somebody has to snitch on you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, somebody has to report you to somebody has to report you to somebody. You have to really like make somebody mad. Somebody has to report you to TDLR. Okay. And then they're gonna come investigate. Yeah. And then if you're not there, literally cutting hair when they show up, I mean you're kind of in the clear.
But there's no like warning, right? They're not saying, okay, we're coming Tuesday at 2. Yeah.
They'll just show up.
Yeah. So it's like, why don't you take the week off?
Yeah. But I mean, it's just you never know. That's the risk, and it's a liability for the owner.
Okay,
if
got
you.
you.
Have a barber work with no license, then it's just an extra liability that.
Okay, for sure.
Is having you there.
So it's safe to say that a lot of people just really kind of aren't doing that anymore. It's like, okay, go get your license and then you come work. I mean,
I know a lot of barbers work at a barbershop while they're in school.
Oh yeah,
and I mean that's understandable. That's a different especially like if you're already towards the end of barber school.
For sure.
Months, like, oh man, just kind of get a couple reps in on the weekends. Help with walk-ins. And I mean, technically, we're not supposed to do that.
But I was gonna say, think of it like an internship. Wouldn't you?
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
You really want some hands-on experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Before you start working in the shop.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if TDLR is watching this video, but we don't do that.
There's lots of people that watch this video.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They may not. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah,
TDLR. Okay. Yeah. I have tons of questions. I can ask questions. It's my show, TDLR. Come find me.
But yeah, we do that.
Okay.
But yeah,
no, but I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's like having a trainee, you know.
Like whenever you go to barber school, like the first 3 months is all book work. Like the first couple weeks is like the history of barbering.
Oh, okay,
gotcha. And then they go into sanitation. So sanitation is one of the first things that they hit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So by the time you're like getting ready to graduate from barber school, like you've hit sanitation already. Like,
okay.
You know the rules. You know what I mean, you know how to properly, clean your instruments
for sure
and all that stuff.
But that's that thing that's like that blue water that's sitting there.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
It's a barber side jar. People don't really. I mean, I don't really use it too much.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I mean, every now and then, but they have so many disinfectant sprays.
Right.
It's because it's just like to use that you have to rinse your equipment down, combs and stuff, dip it in there for about 15 minutes.
Oof.
Take it out and then rinse it out again. And if you got you're in a busy day, you got haircuts.
Okay, yeah. We don't got time for all this. Yeah, okay.
Maybe you can swap it in and out.
Yeah.
I use it sometimes, but it has to be like I usually always just spray my stuff down.
Yeah, for sure.
Side. It has to be like drastic, like somebody had piojos or something. Like, oh
okay,
man,
gotcha.
I for sure gotta dip this for at least 20 minutes and just disinfect everything really good.
Yeah. No, but in the school too though, right? Don't they kind of open up like an actual shop and it's probably like $5 to get your haircut? Man, was it terrible? Can you talk to us about that?
Barber school is I'm not gonna go as far and say it's a scam. It's not a scam.
Okay,
you need to go to barber school.
Yeah, I go to barber school, yeah.
Man, it's such a good hustle.
Is it really?
Charging you they're charging you to go to barber school, first of all.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you're working for them because you're cutting hair for the barber shop.
Oh, so you still have to pay like rent? Like
you don't have to pay booth rent, but it's like you're paying to go to school, right?
Oh, yes.
So your tuition. And while you're there, you're actually cutting hair and making the school more money.
Oh, wow.
For 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's a win-win.
Okay, for them is what you're saying.
For the owners, yeah.
So were you ever in a situation, because I can remember shout out to my friend Zay, who is a barber as well. And I used to go to the one over there on North 19th. What is that freaking barber school called? You know what I'm talking about? Interstate. Okay, I used to go to Interstate to get my haircut. That's where I met Sid actually as well, because he went to school there. And I remember walking in and I remember always being packed with like kids, right? Because it was like $5 a haircut or whatever. And I remember somebody complaining about their haircut. You have to remember, they're all trainees, right? And I remember the teacher really getting on to the client. Like, you have to remember, this is a barber school. They're practicing.
That's what it's for.
Did you ever experience something like that?
Not in barber school.
Okay.
In barber school, by the time I went to barber school, I was already kind of good at cutting hair.
Okay.
But there was some other barbers. But I mean, the instructors at barber school, they got your back most of the time, because it's like you said, it's a barber school. Like, what do you expect?
For sure.
$5. It says barber students.
Yeah.
You cannot complain about it.
You can't complain. Yeah.
You go in there, you should know what you're signing up for. You wanted the cheap price. You wanted the $5.
Yeah.
And it works out for moms that got like 5-6 kids.
Well, and then the same can't be said for everybody like you who went to school, because maybe that's their actual first time cutting hair.
Yeah.
That's what you go to school for, is to learn, right?
There's a lot of people that just. And it's a misconception, like they think they're gonna teach them how to cut hair in barber school. They really don't teach you how to cut hair.
Right.
The other students there are gonna teach you.
Okay.
And the experience that you're gonna get from doing those $5 haircuts, that's gonna teach you more than the actual school. So that's where you're gonna learn from.
Well, it's being more hands-on. I think it's the same to say about any
It's getting
job.
to practice.
Yeah,
I always try to tell people, like, man, look, if you're gonna start to cut hair, you got like, I'd say at least about 100 messed up haircuts in you.
Oh, wow.
And you got to get them out the way. The quicker you get those 100 haircuts out the way, I guarantee you it's going to be like night and day.
It's just night and day.
You just got to bust through them, and it's a good time to do it is in barber school. You don't want to do it in the shop. Once you do it in the shop, you're going to burn yourself a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You want to mess people up at home, and barber school.
Well, because now they're saying that shop is like, ooh, they got that bad barber, you might get him, so don't go over there.
Yeah, not even just the shop, but like people are gonna be like, oh no, don't go to that dude in the third chair, man.
Oh, that's so sad. I feel like that is so.
Yeah, once you burn yourself, you have to switch barbershops. But you don't want to.
You gotta go on the run, right?
Get all that. You're gonna mess some people up.
Yeah.
Get that out the way at the house.
What was your experience like? So I remember you mentioned the first time you messed up was with Kutis.
Yeah.
Okay, but outside of Kutis, like I guess did you mess up while you were in school or when you got to a regular shop? Or
I've never. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I've never messed somebody up. If well, you know what? I take that back. I have messed somebody up, but it's not. When I mess up, it's not like, oh, I messed up the haircut. It's, I gave somebody the wrong haircut sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Like somebody, like I don't know, what do you get, like a low fade?
Said, what do I get? I can't. He already knows how I like it. Okay.
So say,
I don't know what it's called.
Like say I cut your hair.
It's called the public affair.
Okay. So say you get a low fade every single week, right? Low fade. And I talk a lot when I'm cutting hair.
Yeah.
You come in one day, you're like, hey man, I want to switch it up today. I want to get a taper fade.
Okay.
I don't want a low fade. Taper fade is just right here and it's just the back. And if I get to talking, man, I get to spraying my clippers down, I get to cutting your hair, and I give you a low fade.
Yeah.
I just gave you the wrong haircut. You know what I mean? You asked for a taper fade this time, but I'm so used to giving you a low fade.
Okay.
So I've done that a couple times.
But then there's some of those barbers too that just kind of give you what they want because there is a barber shop that I go to when I go home to New York, and I'm not gonna name the barber shop, but
you can name them.
No, because they might watch and sue me. But and I don't have money for a lawyer, Carlos. Okay, so stop this. I barely have money to pay for this iPad. But I will say I go to this barber shop, and the one time I went, I said, look, this is what it is, like whatever, and they just like all right, and just did their own cut on me, and I was looking fresh, but then when I came back to Elite, he was like, bro, he's like, you gotta wait like 3 weeks. Okay,
there is some barbers out there that do that. I hear, like every time I get new clients, most of the time they have a complaint about their old client. I mean, their old barber.
Their old barber, yeah.
And I hardly ever like
indulge.
I know it's like little things. Like sometimes, and me as a barber, I understand. Like, so I always give their other barber credit. Like, he probably just this and this. It wasn't. Anything. But a lot of the complaints is like, oh man, he just don't give me what I asked for. He decides what's best for me, and I can see that. Like, I can look at some people that get certain haircuts, and in my head, I'm like, this is not for you.
Right.
You should do it like this, but I'm not gonna do it.
No, I got you.
Because at the end of the day, you got to give them what they ask.
I will say I used to be bald headed, right? So I used to get the one all the way around. And I don't know why you guys let me do that for so many years.
Buzz Lightyear.
Whatever it was. I look at those old pictures of myself and I'm like, you guys are terrible. That's when I wasn't going to a barber. And then, Sid kind of was like the one was like, ooh, we should try this. We should try this. And he's constantly giving me like little, oh, we should try this. But I just like what I've got going on. I mean, I have an appointment on Wednesday. So I'm a little, this is a Monday while we're recording. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, he's always like, like, oh, we should try this. And I'm just so not open to it, change is weird to me.
Yeah. You should, a lot of people should
try different things.
Yeah, when they give their barber
bro,
credit,
please.
Like Sid did you right. Like
he did do me right. He's had me looking fresh for over 100 episodes of the show.
That buzz cut
wasn't doing it.
I seen the pictures. Did you see the pictures? That's wild. You're like one of those people, I always notice people, there's people that they look younger now than they did when they were younger.
Oh, wasn't I looking I'm sorry. Wasn't I looking terrible back in the day?
It's like you aged backwards. Well, it's because you lost a lot of weight too, though.
The show changed my life. That's why I see myself on camera every week, and I'm constantly critiquing the way I look. From like
episode 1 to episode now.
Right,
You can tell the difference.
And now I can cross my legs. So that I make sure. No, I make sure I cross my legs on every episode. Now I'm trying to let everybody know what the business is.
Yeah.
So you graduate barber school. Now you have your, if I get this wrong, forgive me. You have your own shop now. Is that correct?
I have a suite.
Okay, you have a suite.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a suite.
But before you were working for somebody's shop.
Off the top. I was at
off the top. Okay. So what made you decide to, because I always looked at barbers as like you guys are kind of your own boss. You know what I mean? So why make the decision to go to your own suite instead of working at a barber shop?
I think a lot of it was you seen that last video. I think you
did
tagged me in it.
Yeah, because I have that in my notes too, so we can I loved it.
Like I'm constantly working on something.
Okay.
Like whether it's my blends, like you might catch me one week like I'm doing something different with the blends. Mm-hmm. Another week I'm doing something different with the edge ups.
Yeah.
Like I'm constantly working on different areas of my craft.
Okay.
And it got to the point to where it's like, okay, how can I elevate like the whole experience?
Okay.
Like, and there's nothing wrong with off the top, but I was like, all right, how can I offer something a little bit nicer? Maybe offer some shampoos. Yeah. Like, what's next? Like, and then at the same time, it's like I had it too good at off the top, man.
Okay.
Them boys over there, man, it's
they treated you well.
Wow, man, it's a great, probably one of the best barbershops in Waco. All the barbers over there were just real good people, man. And,
shout out to them.
But at the same time, it's like I just feel like I couldn't really grow there because I wasn't challenged.
Okay.
Like it was just too easy.
You were spoiled.
Everything was cool. It was just.
Yeah.
Like I need to challenge myself.
Okay.
So now that I'm in a suite, it's like in a way I'm kind of finding my own style, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So whenever eventually I do go on and open up a shop, like it's not gonna be like a regurgitation of like off the top.
Okay,
or
got
look
you.
at me now where I was working before off the top.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't want it to be the same thing that I was just at.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to find my own style and like see which way I want to take it. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
But yeah, I like it, man. I still go to off the top every now and then.
Oh, yeah, just kind of say hi and stuff? Or do you cut
Roberto cuts my hair every now and then too.
Oh, okay, got you.
Roberto, or sometimes I just cut my own hair.
Yeah.
Sometimes I let Rigo over there at Butler's cut my hair, and I'm kind of just hanging out.
That's cool. Okay, you know what? I want to talk about the prices in barbers because it seems like prices. I know, like I saw your face.
Yeah.
You know, I talked about this with my last guest. I think my last barber was Misa. Well, I had Chris, but Misa came on to promote his barber and his barbering. I don't know what the term is. Okay, yeah. And so we talked about prices constantly raising or whatever. And I think like barbers are really getting a lot of flack for raising their prices because now a good haircut's about $35 or more. So have you had to experience any backlash, and what is your perspective on the prices raising as far as getting haircuts?
I haven't experienced any backlash. If I have, I just haven't noticed it. Like the drop off, the churn. I don't know if you know what churn is, but like churn is
I know what churned ice cream is.
Yeah, well, churn is the amount of clientele that you're expecting to lose.
Oh, okay.
Because of like a price increase or whatever.
Yeah,
but I haven't experienced it. Maybe like looking back, I might think of like one or two people. It's like, oh, I haven't cut him in a while. Mm-hmm. But I don't even know if it's because of the price.
Right.
But I think, man, we just have to keep up with the economy, and I feel
sure.
like my method of increasing my prices is based strictly on business. It's like supply and demand.
Oh yeah.
So I got a method to where it's like once I'm 90 to 95% booked consistently for like 6 weeks in a row, that means the demand is high. Okay. So it's time to increase the prices.
Got you.
So that's how I look at it exactly like that. It's a business. Like at the end of the day, like I provide for my family. My wife doesn't work.
Oh, nice.
Stay at home wife, my kids.
Dang.
Like we just bought a house. Like, you know, I drive a nice truck. My wife has a nice car. Like, and it's on me.
Do you have some cousins for me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
where's the Canales is at?
So it's on me to make sure that my business is growing.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a lot of stuff that I have to maintain, like my family. So if I don't look at it as a business, I'm never gonna be able to scale it. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of barbers are starting to catch on. And it's like, hey, man, like you're staying busy because you're cheap. Like people are going to want to come every single week
for sure
because it's only $15. Like why wouldn't I get a haircut every week if it's only like 15, 20
Is that a lot of pressure on you to be raising your family single-handedly like that?
No, I don't feel any pressure.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Like
Carlos has got like this, I like your swag. You know what I mean? Confident but not cocky, you know?
Yeah,
like,
to me, it's just like, that's what you have to do, man.
You're just doing what you got to do.
But I mean, I tell my wife all the time, like if she wants to work, if she wants to go, like that's totally fine with me. She can do whatever she wants. But I'm going to make sure that
What's your wife's name again?
Carla,
what's up? Where's got some cousins for me? What's up? I ain't trying to work neither. I'm just trying to do this and get to the house and make lunch here.
No, she's getting tired of it though. Like it's not off. It's not. I mean, she's raising 2 kids.
Is she making you lunch here?
Yeah, she does.
Carla, can you DM me, please? I want to know if making lunch gets old. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's gonna get old. I make my man lunch all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, credit to her because I mean,
for sure.
It sounds good, like you
stay at home,
but it's. Man, trust me, when she leaves and leaves me with the kids for 30 minutes, like I'm already calling her like, hey, what time are you coming back? Okay. Like, we have a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old, so I mean, that's a job in itself.
For sure. She
takes care of the kids, she cooks, she cleans. That's to me, it's just as hard as what I'm doing.
Wow.
You just don't see the money coming in because to me, we're pretty even. Yeah, she does as much work.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, she deserves everything she got. Like,
good
she
for
deserves
you, Carla.
to not worry about none of that.
Carla, tell your cousin slide in my DMs. What's up? At @SoyAndrewG on Instagram. I'm in. You know what I mean? But going back to the prices though, and I told this to Misa too, and I even told me and my barber talk about. It's like, what are we gonna do? Not get a haircut? It's like with gas. Like I'm not gonna not get gas. Like I need gas. I need a haircut. I'm running a show every week. I need to look cute. You know what I mean? Yep. So no, I completely understand that.
And I think a lot of barbers take it. They're scared that their clients are going to take it personal, and it's not personal at all.
It's not.
It has to be business. Like if you're doing this to support your family, then you have to be more worried about running an efficient business than you pissing somebody off. Like, oh man, I don't want to make him mad. Like if I go up, he's gonna get mad. Like don't worry about that. You gotta feed your family. You gotta keep up.
It's a work at the end of the day. It's business. Exactly.
And then on the same, excuse me, I don't get mad at anybody that's like, hey, you're too expensive now. Like I'm not gonna come. Nobody's ever told me. Yeah. But if they do, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Like, that's between them and their finances.
For sure.
That has nothing to do with me. Like, and that's cool. Like,
that's what's up.
If you ever need a haircut, I'm still gonna be here.
Yeah, I got you.
Hard feelings.
You know, I've talked to a lot of barbers on the show about competition. You were talking about competition earlier, and a lot of them have agreed to say, like, we don't really see things as competitive because there's not enough heads in town for us to cut. So do you feel the same way in terms of competition? Have you ever had another barber kind of just maybe try to, you know, steal your limelight, if you will?
I mean, if I have, I just never noticed. All I know is
Good answer. He's media trained. He makes his own videos at the house, so he knows.
Yeah. No, I just like, man, I'm busy.
Yeah.
All week. Like you could ask some of my clients, like it's hard to get in on like the same week a lot of times. It recently has been a little bit slow, but I understand. I'm prepared. For it. But I'm busy all week, and all the barbers that I know are busy all week. Everybody that I know that cuts hair is busy all week, and I still go to the mall, still go somewhere, and I still see somebody with like no haircut. Okay, gotcha. And it's like there's still not enough barbers.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you do the math, like the population compared to like the amount of barbers, like we have a lot of clients.
I got you.
That we can potentially each
for sure,
share.
for sure.
And it's like there's never gonna be too many barbers, in my opinion.
No, for sure.
So I never look at like I always see like young barbers from high school. Like I'm always like in their DMs, like, bro, that cut's fire. Like,
good for you for those encouragement words.
School, bro. Like, cause it, for me, I look at it as a business too. Cause eventually I want to open up a shop. Yeah. And so we're gonna need some more barbers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean?
Yeah.
So like I'm always looking at them like, man, that's like I'm kind of like looking at these up-and-comers like, man, he's good. Like, I want that part of my team. Like, that's some good barbers.
What's up. Okay, yeah. You want to know what, Carlos? And kind of something different that I noticed about you than other barbers that I've met or have even had on the show is that you have your own YouTube channel at iFade92. Yeah. Okay, so you guys got to go check that out. You provide a lot of tutorials and like lots of words of encouragement when it comes to what was the inspiration behind starting a YouTube channel?
I think it was like December of 2018 or 19. I don't remember exactly what year, but I was at home on a Christmas break. I gave myself like a Christmas break or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was just on YouTube, and there was this other barber named like Chris Basio.
Okay.
And he's real big like in the barber community, and he's real big on like finance.
For sure.
And making sure barbers like think, business wise.
Yeah.
Get their money right. And I was like, man, I liked his channel. And I was like, and I noticed that like I have like I talk a lot, and I'm always trying to teach. I read a lot of books. Shout out to one of my cousins. I don't know, his name is Eduardo, but he put me onto books like 10 years ago.
Right.
And it's like it blows my mind that I didn't start early because I read a lot of books.
Yeah.
So everything I learn in books, I'm always trying to teach people while I'm cutting their hair.
Okay.
And it's like, bro, I read this book and I read this and this and this, and I try to like when somebody tells me something, I'm like, you know what, I read in a book once said this and this and this and this, it'll help you out. So I was like, man, if I could just record videos.
Okay.
And
have any of your gay clients told you to watch Brokeback Mountain yet?
No,
because it's really a good movie. So I'm just
no, they haven't.
Okay, got you.
So at first I was my mind was kind of small, and I was like, I was too worried about because I was thinking like, who's gonna watch these videos, and I thought about all the other barbers in Waco.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I was like, I'm not teaching them nothing. Like I'm not showing them nothing they don't know. But then
you'd
when
be
I
surprised
started,
who watches.
Yeah, then I started uploading videos, and I get people from like Australia, like, hey man, thanks mate, this really helped me out.
Not the accent.
Yeah, like there's people like all over the world, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make these videos. Somebody out there is gonna watch this video one day, and it's really just gonna help them out. Something's gonna click, and they'll be like, man, I'm gonna just follow this guy, and then just watch all these videos. So now when I record a video, I look at it that way. Like I'm not making it for people hearing.
Yeah.
I mean, they can watch, they're gonna benefit from it, but there's somebody out there that's gonna watch this video and be like, man, I really learned something.
Yeah, you'd be surprised who watches. I just had a Disney star on this show. Recording artist, okay, you know what I mean? So that's what's crazy. One of the most recent videos that you just uploaded, I wrote it down so I don't forget it. It's called "If You're a Barber, Do This If You're Feeling Stuck." Okay, that's like the title of the video. You guys got to go check that out because you talk a little bit about the barbershop or whatever, the barber experience, but it seems like you also got really into like the business side. And I feel like a lot of people starting their own business or whatever can really relate to that. And one of the things that really stuck out to me, what you were talking about, was that there was a part about being disciplined. Because a lot of people would put more discipline into a full-time job than something that they're passionate about. So what would inspire that? Like you sounded really, really, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you were really into that subject. Yeah. I could tell in your voice that you were very passionate about it. So what was the inspiration behind that topic?
I think it's because like for me growing up, like I've never felt like I was the best barber in Waco.
Yeah.
Like I said, I look at other barbers like, man, that dude's probably way better than me and fading. There's always somebody better than you. So for me, I think what's helped me out a lot is my discipline and my availability. And I think if a lot of these barbers would realize that, they would grow so much.
Yeah.
Because like I was telling this other barber, for example, I was like, bro, you know why you can't stay busy is because like I look at it from the client's perspective. Like I always put myself in the client's shoes and be like, okay, how can I make this better for them?
For sure.
And I was like, bro, if you were my barber, I'd be scared every week. Like I'm like, man, is he gonna be there?
Yeah,
like, is something gonna pop up?
Okay.
Like, am I gonna be able to get my
because they're
haircut this
constantly
week?
canceling.
I always got a bunch of stuff going on outside of work.
Right.
And so I was like, man, one of the main things that people need to realize is if you're just disciplined and you're there consistently,
for sure,
and people know they can trust you. They
Absolutely,
can trust that you're gonna be there every week to give them the same haircut.
Right.
Then people are gonna start going to you, whether the haircut's perfect or not.
Absolutely. And granted, some things come up for everybody. You know what I mean? But if it's a consistent basis where you're constantly canceling, it's almost as if you do yourself harm, and you wouldn't constantly cancel on somebody else's business when you're working for them. So that's what I really took from it. That really struck me. Because I have a friend who's trying to start their own business, but they seem like they are more invested in their full-time job than they are this. And everybody knows this, and I have a full-time job too. I love it. Like I'm on my lunch break right now, and they let me come over here to do this. You know what I mean? But they know the public affair comes first. I don't do overtime. I'm not working days. I'm off. You know what I mean? I give y'all the 40 hours a week, and then I'm coming.
There's a barber off the top, and shout out to Adam. His name is Adam.
Okay.
Adam Kurtz. He had a full-time job.
Wow.
And then he got his license, and he actually quit his full-time job.
Oh, okay.
But Adam was there every single day.
Right.
Early, grinding, constantly. He was there before us a lot of times.
Yeah.
And he just stuck it out. And right now, like I don't ever count other barbers' money or anything like that. But
oh yeah, for sure.
He stays busy. He's really good. Like he's been good since he started.
He ain't taking new clients, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But,
I said new, not yours. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just and he already had the talent. Like it was there.
For sure.
But the dedication, the consistency, the hard work, the being there early every single day.
Yeah.
That's what helped him grow a lot too.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's reliable. Like, I know one thing about Adam, he's gonna be there. If he tells you be there at 7 a.m, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I think he got that from being used to going to work so early.
For sure.
Too.
Yeah.
But it translated over. But that's how quick.
Something about being a morning person.
Yeah. Well, he grew just being disciplined and being at the shop consistently, along with, of course, the talent that he already had.
Absolutely.
And now he looks like he's doing great.
Good for him. Yeah, that's what's up. You know what else that I really like that you touched on your YouTube channel that my barber does too is promoting online booking.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like that's a game changer? Man. Because I love not calling Sid every week and talking about where you free, when you free.
I don't wanna say I was the first person in Waco to do online booking.
No.
But I can't think of anybody else that was doing online booking in 2013.
Okay,
I started in 2013.
Right.
And man, that's just
so do you have like your own kind of thing, or do you use, because what I used to book at Elite Barbershop is the Cut app.
I use Booksy.
You use Booksy. Okay.
Before that I was using Gym Book, but they got bought out by Booksy.
For sure.
But yeah, I tell people all the time, like, man, people try to text me and sometimes I don't even reply on purpose.
Well, because you're busy. And that's why it's so great. We need to promote online booking right now. No, seriously, whether it be Booksy or the Cut. I love going on there and just be like, all right, let me see when he's free. You know what I mean?
For you too.
Yes,
It eliminates that whole back and forth.
And I'm not waiting all day for you to text me back because you're back to back to back. What were you doing before online booking? Were you just writing it on a notebook? Or?
Yeah, I had like a whiteboard.
Wow.
Write names down.
Okay.
But that got old, man. I was never a fan of that. And I tell people now, like, man, if I don't pay, I pay like $40 a month. For online booking.
Oh, that's paying for itself, like with your haircuts.
So it's like I get mad because I was like, bro, like I'm paying so much just to be able to just wake up and look at my list. And for people to be like, no, I'm gonna just text you.
No.
It's like, bro.
Okay, if you're his client, y'all need to start using the online booking, please. Let them know.
And trust me, I don't reply on purpose sometimes, you guys. Sorry to put it out there, but sometimes it's just like if you know how to book online and you're still trying to text me to get in.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. You know how to get in.
It's just as easy to book online than text you. Like, it's just such a freaking cutting out the fat. It's so great. I love online booking. It's so convenient. So
the only people that I give a pass to is like older clients. Like,
okay, well that's a little different. Yeah,
that's like I don't mind at all. Like, I'll put them in whenever.
Absolutely.
Do a text.
No, I agree. Yeah, no, I really love, and I really encourage you guys to go watch his YouTube channel at iFade92, all lowercase, because I really feel like, yes, up and coming barbers could take something from it, but also people that are running their own business, or some of it kind of seems like they have this way of word that's like philosophical. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you have a really great vocabulary. And so a lot of it is really encouraging as well. Would you say that was like the goal for doing that, or?
At first it wasn't.
Okay.
At first it was just like tutorials. But then I just wanted to add more value to it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so there's a bunch of other.
It's crazy.
But then I realized, like, you know what? It's my channel.
For sure.
Like, just do whatever. Just
do what you want to do.
If you want to help you, and like I said earlier, like somebody out there is gonna watch one of these
videos
that has no haircut tutorial on it, and they're gonna take something from it.
Yeah.
And I mean that if 2-3 people take something from it, then my work was done. Like,
Oh,
I don't care how many views I got on it.
Everybody has said that the Public Affair has been such a good platform to promote local businesses, which was not my thing.
I like your format. Like, it's great. Like, you know,
it's just free spirited.
Well, you have a lot of people on here.
That's it.
That's the best way to grow your channel. Like, you did it organically.
Right.
And just little by little, you just started having different people on here.
Thank you.
And that's better than, you know, somebody just like, say, for example, like if I had a podcast and it's like, it's just me every day. Like,
right.
Like every episode is just me talking about something different.
Fun fact, I tried to do that about 4 years ago and scrapped it.
Yeah. Well,
it was boring.
Yeah.
It was just me.
And then you just limited to just the people that you know.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I wanted to get people who like you and I didn't meet before today, except
like
you know,
2 minutes
Messenger.
ago.
Yeah, before well, literally an hour ago. But you know, before I mean, outside of Messenger and stuff, and a lot of the people that I had on my show was the first time meeting them, and I really which is great. If it's giving your business promotion and stuff, awesome. But I was really just trying to do this show to be fun and slutty. That's all I was really trying to do. It just happened to end up promoting businesses too.
Something more.
That's it. You know,
but that's cool though. I think you mentioned it before. Like
that's it.
You don't really promote the same type of businesses,
right?
Like for example, you promote like Elite Barbershop. You
right.
wouldn't bring on another barbershop, but that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they get exclusivity. But then, you know, it doesn't say like, because you don't work for Elite Barbershop, but you get to come on and be on the show. And what's great is that Elite Barbershop is like, you know, Sid is like, ooh, that would be a good one. You know what I mean? So it makes my job 100 times easier.
He's a good guy, man. I've never met Sid, but we
can you please go meet Sid? I want you to go meet him.
We messaged one time, and it was about going up on kids' prices.
Oh really?
And he was like, bro, he's like, I'm gonna do that too. I don't know if he did or didn't. But.
Okay, I want you to meet him because he's actually like really nice. I love Sid.
He seems really cool.
And he was, you know, he's been, I think, the longest running sponsor that I've had on the show. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
He's your barber, so.
Yeah, well, okay. God, you know what? Oh, Carlos, we're running out of time. But you know, just a quick question. You know, with all the tutorials that you create on YouTube and everything, why not become an instructor? Like, do you think that that's a better avenue to take?
I feel like YouTube kind of does that.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't like go to a barber school and be an instructor.
No,
I'm sure I can teach a lot. But I do realize my wife was telling me, actually one of my other clients was telling me too, he's like, you have a very teaching nature.
You do.
And I told my wife the other day, I was like, don't ask me nothing, because she gets mad. I'm like, why? If you know how I am, don't ask me nothing, because you know I'm going to go on for about 5-6 minutes straight explaining everything.
Okay.
And she kind of was like, oh.
You need to come, you need to come.
I just wanted you to tell me how this works.
Okay.
And
like I literally asked you, do you want beef or chicken for dinner? And it's
yeah, and I just go off.
And you go off.
Did you know this and this and this? I read in a book that blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Are you one of those? Are you argumentative?
No, I don't. I know when to argue with people.
Okay, got you.
Like, I know there's some people that you're not going to change their mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when it comes to politics and stuff, like at the shop, I just let people talk.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, that's cool.
That's cool.
A lot of times I'll be like, yeah, you're right, bro.
Yeah. And I'm sure you hear lots of great stories as a barber too. You know, I tried to get this out of Mesa, but and especially out of the gays too. I just know you're getting some good juicy D. Like that's it.
Well, it's just, I don't know. Like,
okay.
I get some insight. I guess like insight into like the gay community and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I just take it like I take any other.
I'm just saying, us gays, cool. We got that tea. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Sid has heard me spill tons of. Now, Sid has never heard me say who I've slept with.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
but you know,
some of my clients, they don't ever like. They don't
we
put
don't.
People out like
we
that.
don't name drop. Yeah,
but they do tell me like, man, you'd be surprised, Carlos.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Carlos. That's all I've got to say, darling.
I don't get that, man. Like that.
It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, I guess not everybody's ready to come out, but like, if you are, like, just. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, my theory too, I'm not going to harp on this either because we are running out of time, but my theory is that the people that I've slept with are not necessarily gay. They just have urges. Yeah. And nobody like listens to me when I say that. But it's happened so much. How can you not be that way?
When I used to cut at my uncle's tire shop.
Yeah,
like Chacos.
Oh, okay.
I used to cut outside his shop.
Yeah,
and then I used to cut at Cowboys on 9th and Waco.
Yeah,
It's Rick's now.
Okay.
And I used to always, man, there's old Mexican dudes that get drunk. Man, they get drunk and they get gay.
They get really gay, don't they? That's why when I went to Damian Carmona, why y'all want to call me a witch, y'all was being extra gay when I was out there. All right?
Man, like some of these old Mexican dudes.
Okay.
Like,
and I'm trying to husband
fans and everything.
That's it. I'm just trying to husband them up. Like I'm trying to make them lonche, but they want to be all down low, whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So while I'm doing witchcraft and shit, I just want you to know that half of that town was definitely trying to get in this diamond mine, and only one achieved. So anyway, God, Carlos, it was so great having you on the show. I'm really just happy that you finally found the courage and the confidence, number one, to trust me to come on the show. Yeah. Like I said, I'm always nervous. Like I half the time I think you guys don't want to come on the show because you think I'm trying to sleep with you, which is so not happening.
Yeah.
But, especially because your wife is gorgeous. But what do you like? Do you ever have time for personal stuff with the family and everything? Like, do you have to make that time? Like, or what can we expect next from you and such?
I usually I'm off Sundays and Mondays.
Okay, got you.
Usually like whatever my wife wants to do.
For sure.
I let her Like, cause
she chooses.
She complains to me like throughout the week.
Yeah,
I come home too late. Oh, I wait too much.
Baby, I'm trying to make some money.
So I always like tell her like, you know what, Sunday, Monday, whatever you want to do, like that's what we're doing. It's on her.
I got you.
And I try to dedicate most of my day to him. If we don't have a lot going on,
right,
I try to record a video and stuff.
That's what's up.
But yeah, it's usually
your videos have great quality, by the way.
Yeah,
you do a great job on those.
Maybe
videos.
Too high quality.
No, they're great.
One time you can see all the gray hair.
Keep it that way. Just keep it that way.
Yeah.
All right. You're doing amazing. And so I guess what's next? Do you plan on having your own barbershop anytime soon? Is that in the works?
That's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really in a hurry because, like I said earlier, I'm just kind of looking around,
for sure,
seeing which way I want to go, which style, you know what I mean.
Okay, I got you.
And I'm in no hurry, man.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
barely 29. I mean, I turned 30 this year.
Okay, got you.
Like
when's the birthday?
October.
Okay, I'm literally like when this episode comes out, I'm literally turning 31 that day. Okay. So happy birthday to me, everybody. Watch.
Happy birthday. Happy future birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah, so I'm not in no hurry, man. Like
that's what's up.
But I do know one thing. Whenever I do it, it's gonna be done right. Like,
that's right.
Everything is gonna be
everything in God's time. How about that?
Yep.
Me and God are pretty tight, unbeknounst to what people might think.
No, I believe okay. Nobody knows, man.
That's
people
it.
want to judge you, but they don't know your relationship.
They don't. Well, tell that town. But anyway, well, Carlos, gosh, it was so great having you on the show. Thank you again so much. Are you taking clients right now? Do we need to? I mean, like.
Yeah.
Do you want to say where you are? Or?
I'm inside Salons by JC.
Oh, okay, got you.
Suite number 14.
For sure.
Barber Studio. You can see it right
here. Oh, there you go. Oh, blends. Okay.
Yeah, I do online booking. If you guys, my
do
IG,
the online booking.
My Instagram is ifade92.
Okay.
And there's a book now button on there.
There you go.
And it's just everything you need is right there.
Don't be calling him. He's not even giving out his number on the show. I even
have it. You'd be surprised. I have it in my bio. No haircut DMs. And guess what I get all the time?
Haircut DMs.
You couldn't hear?
People don't listen.
Yeah. So.
I tell everybody, stay out of my DMs with the foolishness, and they come with the foolishness all the time. Yeah. Why did you curse so much? Get that out of my face. All right.
Like, what do you think? What do you think they're gonna get you to like? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not apologizing. Like, this is the public affair.
What do you think is gonna come?
This is 105 episodes. You should expect.
Do they really think they're gonna change you?
I'm not. They can't. They haven't. 2 years in. What's up? Anyway, Carlos, thank you for coming on. It was such a pleasure having you onto the show.
Honor.
Yes. Honor's mine. For everybody who came onto the show, thank you guys again. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow Carlos's YouTube channel at ifade92. You guys got to go check it out. If you're a local business owner, if you're an up-and-coming barber, you guys would really, really take some really good insight from that YouTube channel. Before we go, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy, Sid Rodriguez at Elite Barbershop, located on Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen to book or download the Cut app. The Cut is a booking app, okay? Download the Cut app to book them. Walk-ins are welcome as well. They got Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Isai, and Clint over there making you look super snackish as they've made me look for over 100 episodes of The Public Affair. Truly appreciate Elite Barbershop. Make sure you guys go check them out today. And I really want you to meet Sid. Set up a lunch, please. I want you guys would get along.
I'll get in touch with him.
Y'all be best friends. I promise. He's so great. Shout out to Elite Barbershop. Thank you guys so much. Of course, to Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located at 3304 Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skills training. They also provide elite skills training to make your kid a superb star athlete. Open play is on Monday and Wednesdays for ages 16 and older at 8:30 with Morrow, aka Silly Buns, only $5 to play. Follow on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy and on Instagram at Soko Soccer 254. Thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, the J Pedal and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and the entire family. They provide delicious Japanese savory crepes and poke bowls. They also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert. You choose from the menu item or create your own because we like to be in control, right? Located on University Parks Drive and Hewitt Drive. You can order online at jpedaltx.com. And I think I'm going to get some lunch from them after this because I'm starving, darling. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio with my boy Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. He's absolutely a jack of all trades, darling. Your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. My boy Jeffrey Monreal has been a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair, and I truly appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Oh, you know we can't go on without thanking Junior Banda with Fatboy Michelada and Botana. Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it.
I'm getting you some. I'm getting you some Fatboy Michelada and Botana. They provide the best Michelada and Botana plates for yourself or for a party. They have a menu of tons of different items, including Botana bowls, chamoy, pickles, meals, and more. They're locally operated, so make sure you get the best and not the rest, darling. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at Fatboy Michelada y Botana and place your orders now. To Junior Banda, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. To everybody who's tuned in, thank you guys again for all your continued support. To Carlos Canales, thank you so much for coming on to this show. Had a great time having a conversation with you. I hope we get to meet more. I'm gonna come meet the family. We're gonna have dinner, okay? For sure. Okay. And then tell your wife to hook me up with one of her cousins. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us. That's it.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support and a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.